Shalom, my friends. Reb Adam here. Wanted to take some time to be a bit more vulnerable today, a bit more expressive in my own inner work and experience and this beautiful thing we call life. This has been a roller coaster of a month, energetically, emotionally. Teves is known to be like that. It's a dark month, so to speak. So, we all have a character and personality disposition. We all have a particular sphera on the tree of life that we are primarily connected to. And my personality is chesed, loving kindness. That is Avraham Avinu in the Torah. The open tent, the boundless nature of giving and loving. Though there are chaotic aspects that are in need of alignment for someone who has such a disposition like myself. Speaking for myself, I am a people pleaser through and through. I love to please people. I love making people happy. I love making people laugh. I love being silly and goofy. You don't see so much of that in me giving over my wisdom and tapping into higher consciousness and speaking from this place of a head and heart connection as I share my nuggets of wisdom, which is cool, and it's been working and resonating, thank God. I've only been on social media sharing like this for a year, so it's a bit difficult when you're a people pleaser and you have, thank God, over 30,000 followers between a couple platforms. So when you have an inbox, something that's hard for me is to say no. I feel sometimes obligated to respond to people and to serve and support them because I am here to serve and support. And it's true that I do have this loving kindness character and I truly love and care for people and want their best. At the same time, I'm a human. I'm not a spiritual master. I'm an egoist like the rest of us. I want to receive for myself alone too. I have mixed intentions. I have personal interests and the like. And part of that personal interest is the fact that one of the chaotic aspects of chesed is dependency, based on the fact that one can be people-pleasing. My dependency for pleasure is external, meaning there are so many times that I need to receive fulfillment externally by other people's happiness or approval, when in truth, the pleasure is intrinsic. It's independent. I'm already unconditionally valuable, perfectly good and eternal. I don't need anything outside of me. And that's the truth, and that's something that I'm trying to tap into more so the more I become aware of me being so dependent on others. And I think that's in part of being a son to parents of the former Soviet Union. You can imagine how much people-pleasing and bending over to that which is around you when you have to hide your Judaism and you're dealing with different traumas at various degrees. My father's parents both dealing with major Holocaust traumas, for example, and my great-great-grandparents having been probably growing these bad boys their whole life. I've only been growing this for 3.5 years. For those that don't know, I grew up totally secular. I like to call myself less than reformed growing up, connected to zero community, zero Judaism, other than Kabbalah, which my father's been learning for many years. So I was exposed as early as 6-7 years old. That's a side note. I want to express that growing up in a former Soviet Union home and being a first-generation American, and my parents seeing that I was somewhat of a genius and had a lot of potential and was a very smart kid, so they expected that from me. They expected me to be the best. But I had such an overblown ego that I thought, I don't really need to apply myself. I was like this smart, lazy kid that never really tried because I thought to myself, I'll figure it out one day. I'm okay. If I'm so smart, I don't really need this school system. It's not serving me. Whatever. So that was my experience with school and growing up. And there's so much to be said there in terms of healing that is still needed to be done. Additionally, one of the chaotic aspects of chesed I see in myself is the boundless nature, the lack of boundary, the lack of saying no, and therefore the self-neglect. I've been getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, plus or minus, for the past 3+ years. And in the past year in particular, I haven't been successful to do that every morning, because sometimes, aside from just getting lost in the vortex of social media on the couch at night, which happens to me too, I'm right there with you, but I also am responding to people. I have a full inbox. I have voice notes from coaching clients that I have my full commitment to serve them maximally. So I feel like, oh, if there's a message, I have to serve them. I have to answer back. One, because I want them to be pleased. I want them to receive the proper guidance. I want it to be quick, so it's a proper service. So perhaps they'll recommend me at the end of the coaching because I was such a, top to bottom service, so on and so forth. So going back to the people pleasing, this, that, and the other, so much to be said here. It is very empowering to at least become aware of these things, and it's so sobering to be able to see this and to do this work deeper and to try to dive in and do some alignment and healing. I'm right there with you guys. I'm a human being. Again, I've only been growing these bad boys for 3.5 years. I know a lot. Thank God I can speak from the heart and it can resonate with you, though I'm also a work in progress, and that's okay. Despite the work that needs to be done, I still remember my goodness. I am unconditionally valuable, purely good, and eternal. And so are you guys. So hopefully a little bit of my reflections did something for you today. And if you have any questions, I'm here to serve and support. And don't take offense if it takes me longer than usual to respond, as I try to say no more often and be better about my time management, my boundaries, my self-care, and the like. Please like, share, comment, and follow, and all the best.